All right, let's do this. In just the next few minutes, you are going to absolutely master one of the easiest letters in the entire Arabic alphabet. And we're going to use this trick that is so simple. You'll probably wonder, why didn't anyone just teach me this from the start? Let's jump right in.
So you're probably thinking, okay, a Spanish Sunday? What on earth does that have to do with learning Arabic? And yeah, it's a fair question. It sounds a little random, I know. But trust me, this is the secret key that's going to make this whole letter just click for you.
All right, so here it is. Meet the letter Dal. That's its official name, Dal. But for our purposes, we're going to give it a quirky little nickname, Domingo. And there's a good reason why. It's a fantastic memory hook, not just for remembering it, but for getting this sound just right. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually say it. In English, we have that really hard, sharp D sound, like in the word dog, right? Well, that's not quite what we're going for here. The Arabic dal is much, much softer. It's more gentle. In fact, it sounds exactly like the D in our Spanish nickname, Domingo. Go ahead and say it, Domingo. Feel how your tongue just lightly taps the back of your teeth? That's it. That's the sound. Now, to really understand how dal works in words, let's give it a personality. Think of our friend Domingo as a bit of an introvert, a little shy. It's totally cool with another letter connecting to it from the right, but it just doesn't like to reach out and connect with the letter that comes after it. And here's a pro tip. It's actually one of 6 letters in Arabic that acts this way, so if you nail this rule down now, you're going to be way ahead of the game later. So because of this whole introverted personality thing, dal only really has 2 forms. Super simple. If it's at the very beginning of a word, it just stands by itself. But if it's in the middle or at the end of a word, it will let the letter before it connect to it from the right, but it always keeps its left side free. It needs its personal space. And this right here, this is the golden rule. If you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. Dal never connects to the letter on its left, ever. A letter can hold on to it, but it will not hold on to the next one. You can think of it like this. It will be held, but it won't hold. Simple as that. Okay, theory's over. Now for the really fun part. This right here is our hunting ground, the final verse of Surah Al-Fath from the Holy Quran. So what's so special about this verse? Well, get this. This single verse contains every single letter of the Arabic alphabet. It's basically the perfect place to put our new Domingo knowledge to the test. All right, you ready? We are going on a bounty hunt, and the bounty is every single Domingo we can find hiding in this verse. You know the rules, you know what it looks like, and you know its shy personality. But they warned, there are some imposters out there. Let's do this. And bam! We got our first one almost immediately. Look at the very first word, Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. That final letter right there, see how it's connected from the right, but it's keeping its left side totally free? That is our Domingo in action. Boom, first one's in the bag. That is a fantastic start. All right, let's keep our eyes peeled and scan the rest of the line. Okay, let's scan forward a few words. And there it is again, right in the middle of the word ashiddao. Now, notice something really interesting here. It's standing completely alone. Why? Because the letter right before it, the Alif, is also one of those 6 introverted letters. So neither of them connect. 2 down. The hunt is definitely heating up now. We are on a roll. See? This is a perfect example of how spotting one little rule helps you understand the whole system. Okay, let's move on to the next line. And there we go. Right here in the word as-sujud. This is another perfect example. It's connected from the right, but it's keeping its personal space on the left. Classic Domingo move. And that makes 3. Excellent spotting. We've totally got the system down now. Let's find that last one to complete our bounty. A little further down the line, let's see, and bingo, in the word wada. Here, our friend Domingo is sitting right at the end of the word, connected from the right. A perfect find. And that's 4. Mission accomplished. But hold on. This is where the hunt can get a little tricky. Remember I said to watch out for those imposters? Let's take a closer look. Now you really have to watch out for this one. You might see this letter right here in the word dahalika and think, hey, that's a Domingo. But look closer. See that little dot on top? That single dot makes it a completely different letter. That's dal. Think of it as Domingo's cousin. It looks almost the same, and it even has that same introverted personality, but it is not our target. So let's do a quick mission debrief. We learned its nickname, Domingo, which helps us nail that soft D sound. We learned its introverted personality, it never ever connects to the left. And we successfully tracked down all 4 of them in a pretty complex piece of text. Not bad. But before we wrap up, here is one last fascinating piece of trivia for you. While this verse from Surah Al-Fath is pretty famous for having every letter, it's not the only verse in the Quran that does. It is, however, the shortest one that pulls off this incredible feat. And that leads me to your next mission, should you choose to accept it. There is one other verse in the Quran that contains every single letter of the alphabet. I'll give you a hint. You can find it in Surah Al-Imran. The hunt continues. So let me know in the comments if you find it. Happy hunting!